Good morning, students. As you know, we go through the chapter natural resources. So today I will explain you about water. So you know all water is very essential part of our life. The life is not sustainable without water, temperature, nature of the soil. So for sustainability of the life, the water is and plays a major role. And as you know, the water is an inexhaustible natural resources. Inexhaustible means it will not replenish. No, so it will not get exhausted. It will not get finished. So it occupies a very large area of the earth's surface. You know, the forms of water is the water can be found as water vapor as well on the earth's surface. So as water vapor, it also evaporates, and that I explained you in the previous class. In form of water vapor, it get cooled down and condense again, it get fall down into the earth surface. And now we will discuss about the water in the earth surface, or the water occupies the earth surface. So you can see the water can be found as the saline water and fresh water. So, see, some water exists in the form of water vapor, whereas most of the water on the earth's surface is saline. Fresh water is found as frozen ice caps at poles and on snow-covered mountains. The underground water and the water in the rivers, lakes, ponds are also fresh. Okay, so this is all about the fresh water and saline water and what is water. So now, students, we will discuss the importance of water. Importance of water. So what are the importance of water for living beings? So first point, we can write it down. It provides a medium. It provides the medium. As you know, the water is a medium for all cellular processes takes place. For all cellular processes. Okay. Next point, you can write it down. It is necessary for transportation of substances. It is necessary for transportation of substances. Through the medium of water, the transportation of substances can be takes place from one part of the body to another part in a dissolved form. Transportation of the substances from one part of the body to another part in dissolved form. So it plays a important role in the transportation of substances from one part of the body to another part of the body in a dissolved form. Third point, we can see it helps to maintain the body temperature. Okay, so it helps to maintain the optimum body temperature. Next point, you can see here, it is required to maintain the balance of salts. It helps to maintain the balance of salts within the body. It helps to maintain the ionic balance in the body, or the balance of salts in the body. Next point, you can see terrestrial life forms require fresh water. Terrestrial life forms require fresh water. Obviously, this terrestrial life forms require fresh water. The body cannot tolerate or get rid of high amount of dissolved salt in saline water. That's why obviously their body are not susceptible to the saline water. They can live only in the fresh water, or they need only fresh water. They can't tolerate the saline water. So the terrestrial life forms require fresh water. The last is all the reactions that takes place within our body and within the cells occur between substances that are dissolved in water. So you can write all the reaction that takes place, all the reactions which are taking place in the body, within our body and within the cell, within the body or within the cells. So these are within the body or within the cells, you can see occur between the substances that are dissolved in water. Occur between the substances dissolved in water. So students, you can see these are the importance of water for living organism. All the organisms need to maintain the level of the water in their body in order to being survive. Therefore, water is essential for sustainable life. It decides the number of species living in a proper population, so are able to survive in a particular area, or the diversity of life forms. So it is very important factor to maintain the balance of the water, from where a living organism can exist or survive. Okay students, so this is all about the importance of water for living beings. What is water and what is the importance of water? First, it provides a medium for cellular process. Obviously, through water, it is a medium. The cellular processes will take place. Second, the point is transportation. It helps to transport the substances from one part of the body to another in a dissolved form. Next, it helps to maintain the body temperature. It helps to maintain the balance of the salts within the water, or you can say the ionic balance of water within the body temperature. Terrestrial life forms require fresh water because in saline water they can't survive, they can't tolerate the saline water, so they require the fresh water. Last, all the reaction takes place within the body or within the cells occur between the substances dissolved in water. Next students, I will explain you about the water pollution. How do the water get polluted and what are the water pollutants? Next students, what is water pollution? So it is defined as the undesirable change in physical, chemical and biological quality of water. If the changes in water will take place, the water changes means definitely if the harmful substances get added to the water, the quality of the water get changes, and you can say that is the water get polluted. So due to these harmful substances, due to this harmful, or you can say the unwanted substances, water get polluted, and those substances which pollutes the water are called as water pollutants. Okay, water pollutants pollutes the water. These are the chemicals, pesticides, fertilizers. So these are the different water pollutants which used to pollute the water, and that is very harmful for the living organism to sustain, or you can say that is unsustainable for the life. So next, now we will see. So you can say it, you can write it. It occurs due to the addition of, it occurs due to the addition of harmful substances. It occurs due to the addition of harmful substances that is called as water pollutants. Water pollutants. Okay. So water pollutants adversely affect the living organism by making the water unsustainable for or you can say for their life or unsuitable for their use. Next we will study about the causes of water pollution. Causes of water pollution. First cause, you can see the fertilizers and pesticides. Fertilizers and pesticides. How the fertilizers and pesticides are harmful for water. See students, in the field, in the agricultural field, we use these fertilizers and pesticides for the plants. So when the rainwater will get mix up with this fertilizers and pesticides, it will get flow off within the rainwater. These pesticides and fertilizers it will get mixed up with the rainwater, and it get drain off or flow off with the rainwater and get mixed up with the ponds, rivers, lakes, and there also they hamper the aquatic life. Obviously these fertilizers or pesticides are made up of chemicals that is very harmful for the aquatic life. The fishes get the small fishes get die, and it also very degrade the quality of water. So first, fertilizers and pesticides are responsible. Second, you can see the dumping of sewage. The dumping of sewage also pollutes the water. The dumping of sewage and other waste into the waste also adversely affect the quality of water. It also pollutes the water. Last, industries use for water for cooling in various operations. As we know, industries use water cooling in various operations. Now this hot water released in the water bodies. Now for cooling purposes, in industries they use the water, and there he used these water for the cooling operations in their industries, and now they let these hot water to get into the water bodies. So obviously when this hot water get mixed up with the water bodies, obviously this stops the breeding processes of the aquatic life. So it will, and also it degrades the quality of water. So this hot water released, this causes the sudden change in the temperature. Obviously it causes a sudden change in the water bodies, and that affects the breeding of the aquatic organism as well as the quality of the life. So industrial effluents, you can write industrial effluents. So these are the causes of water pollution. Now we will study about the effects of water pollution. So students, next we will study about the effects of water pollution. So first, what will be the effects of water pollution? First, addition of undesirable substance to the water bodies. So undesirable substances are fertilizers, pesticides, dirt, sewage, industrial waste like heavy metals such as mercury and lead, and disease causing microorganisms. Get mixed up water, all these unwanted or undesirable things get mixed up with water. All these are also called as the water pollutants, and these substances degrades the quality of the water and as well as the making unfit for consumption. Second, death of flora and fauna of water bodies. How do the this takes place? As the amount of organic waste increases in the water, all this deposition of organic waste, when these organic waste get increases in the water, many harmful microorganisms like bacteria and other microorganisms multiply very rapidly due to this organic waste. Due to this organic waste accumulation, this harmful bacteria get the number of harmful bacteria get multiply very fast in the water, and due to this they also consume the oxygen from the water. And if these harmful microorganisms are consuming the oxygen in the water, or you can say the dissolved oxygen of the water, obviously the amount of oxygen get low in the water. And how do the aquatic life, such as many fishes or many aquatic animals, will get the oxygen it from? So they lack this oxygen, and definitely that also makes the water makes the water polluted. See, another organism multiply very fast by using this dissolved oxygen present in the water. Thus water bodies get deficient in oxygen. Thus lack of oxygen in return kills the fishes and aquatic life. So definitely if these microorganisms are using this oxygen, definitely the organisms living, other fishes or other aquatic organisms which are living in the water will not get sufficient amount of oxygen, and ultimately they get kill off or they get die off. And this also this factor is also pollutes the water very much. Next is the thermal pollution that I told you, the industrial effluents. For the cooling purpose, the industries use the water. And what they do, they release that hot water only in the water bodies. That sudden rise in the temperature of water damages the aquatic life, as well as the damages their breeding time. So as this sudden marked change in the temperature can be dangerous for aquatic life or may affect their breeding. So next is human disease. As you know, children, water provides home to pathogens, or you can say this polluted water may also cause many diseases in human, because they are home for the bacteria, protozoa and fungi. So the water should be, and so always it is said that water should be clean and clear. The water should not be polluted, because the water provides the home to the pathogens which cause infections to humans. These pathogens includes viruses, bacteria, fungi, nematodes, protozoans, etc. They cause diseases such as typhoid, cholera, jaundice in human beings. So these all are effects of water pollution. So students, today we read about the water, the effects of water pollution, what are the water pollutants, how do the water get polluted. So in the next class we will study about the soil, how do the soil get formed, what are the constituents of soil, and how do the soil pollution occurs. So thank you for today's class.